You're listening to The Shiny Sofa, the official podcast from Latex 24/7, the premier online magazine dedicated to latex fashion news, reviews, and interviews.
Hello, and welcome to episode 4 of The Shiny Sofa. Coming up on this show, we talk about Kate Beckinsale looking incredible in Jane Doe Latex, Rachel McAdams in VEX, and Munroe Berdgorf in Atsuko Kudo. And joining us today is latex designer Fabian of Tarza Jane.
There are so many who don't have these perfect figures. I'm one of them with my little Nutella belly.
So take a seat on the sofa, make yourself comfortable, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and of course via latex247.co.uk.
Hi everyone, thank you for joining us in episode number 4 of The Shiny Sofa, the latex fashion podcast brought to you by Latex 24/7. Each episode will welcome a special guest to join us, and I'm really happy to say that this week we've got the fantastic Fabian of Tarza Jane. Hi Fabian, how you doing? You good?
Hi there, I'm fine. Thank you for having me. Really excited.
It's a pleasure. No,
It's an
thanks,
honor.
thanks for being here. Thanks for being here on Coronation Day. You glued to the TV, are you or not?
Well, partly, yeah. For waking up, I watched a little of the preparations this morning, and quite nice.
Yeah, good, fab. So, here at the Shiny Sofa, we like to find out a little more about our guests and what makes them tick with a segment of the show we call the Quickfire Round. We have a huge list of questions which we feed into our random generator, and our guest has 60 seconds to answer as many quickfire, multiple choice questions as they can before the time runs out. You ready?
Yes.
Good. Here we go. Country or city?
City,
Paris or New York?
Paris,
Marvel or DC?
DC,
Teamwork or flying solo?
both,
Christmas or birthday?
birthday.
Lennon or McCartney?
McCartney,
Hot or cold?
hot.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset, definitely.
Train or plane?
Train.
Pizza or Chinese?
The Chinese, both.
Travel back in time or travel to the future?
Future.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Large crowd or small party?
Small party.
Winter or summer?
Summer.
And that sound there means we're at the end. I make that you got 14, Fabian. Well done. 14.
All right.
Good. It's good.
And you fired them quite quickly too, so it's good.
I think everyone says pizza and Chinese. No one can ever make a decision about that one, but I can't say I can blame people.
I just love pizza, but last night I went to a Chinese restaurant.
Right, so let's take a look at some of the recent latex fashion and clothing news that we've covered on the website over the last month or so. First of all, we had the gorgeous Kate Beckinsale, who appeared on the Jimmy Fallon Tonight Show over in the States. She was there publicising her appearance in a new film called Fool's Paradise. And in typical Kate Beckinsale fashion, she wore a stunning white knee-length dress from Jane Doe Latex, which featured a really quite stunning Queen Anne neckline, large Juliet puffy sleeves, and then was finished off with a pair of V-shaped gauntlet gloves and a really cute black bow detail around the waist. Well, I don't know about you, Fabian, but I think as ever. She just looks fantastic in that, and it's great to see somebody that's so high profile in the world of celebrity and fashion. So it's great to see somebody like that is quite happy to wear latex clothing within the mainstream and for the public to see, really.
Yeah, I was, it sort of blew me away. She has those great bodies underneath the
Yeah.
latex as well. But also I really loved the length of the dress, that it's like below the knee, just
Yeah.
to above the calf. So that's a quite sort of appealed to me a lot. I maybe wouldn't have worn either the gloves or the bow, because that's very German. Like when I maybe she has German ancestors. It's like when I used to do like in the days when I was in Milan a lot, showing my product designs at the Milan Furniture Trade Fair in April. We had this battle of identifying the country where people came from walking by our booth, and Germans always color match three things. Nobody else in the world does that. Like Brits and French and Spanish people and Italians, they always like color match two pieces they're wearing, and Germans always do three. So you could really tell. And so for her, it's like right glove, left glove, balls. That's three. No, just kidding. But I really loved the puffed sleeves and her courage also, and that it's not a black dress but white, and just awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Jane Doe is cool.
Yeah.
Love what they do.
I suppose it probably helps when they're best friends, doesn't it? Really, but yeah. Next up, we also covered Canadian actress Rachel McAdams, who appeared in the latest edition of Bustle magazine. She was there promoting her latest film appearance in a film called "Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret," which apparently is an adaptation of a novel. For the shoot, Rachel wore a pair of Marilyn knickers from VEX, which was paired with a jacket, bra, a sort of bralette, and the thing I like about that most is that it shows how easy and simple and versatile it is to take a non-latex outfit and add in those small latex elements to it, and it just becomes one complete outfit. The latex in those images doesn't stand out as being, wow, that's latex. It just feels as though it should be part of that entire outfit, really, and it doesn't feel out of place.
Yeah, almost 100% what I would have said. Definitely. And the photography is great.
Yeah, fantastic.
It's just great. And it doesn't have to be this sort of fetishistic amount of latex to be fashionable, or I don't know. Yeah. In these photos, it's just great. These little details, and then it's not a thong, but it's a very wide panties, and the bra is not. It's very conservative and cute, with a little designy element with this clasp. Really cool outfit. This combo is definitely very fashionable.
Definitely.
Then it would probably make any woman feel really sexy and good in it. It's like it's an outfit like this, you could accentuate it. Bigger curves as well.
Yes.
Would be really nice.
A very versatile piece that she wore there, definitely from VEX. And then finally, we also covered model, activist, Vogue editor, Munroe Berdgorf, who has seemingly worn Atsuko Kudo on 3 or 4 occasions over the past couple of months, but she was backing it again. She's also modelled on the catwalk for Avellano over in Paris, Paris Fashion Week a few weeks ago. She wore some latex gloves from Elisa Poppy, who we featured on the podcast a couple of months ago. But this time, Munroe was wearing the Atsuko Kudo candy cup gown, full-length gown, full-length split, leg split. I think it's difficult to find words for how phenomenal she looked in that. It's stunning red, eye catching. Showed her curves off phenomenally. Just an absolutely, again, classic piece that has been turned into latex and has taken it to a complete new level, in our opinion.
It's like I think Atsuko Kudo. She's one of those latex icons.
Yeah.
Just in my view, like Mr. William Wilde from Brighton, and they make these really great classic outfits in latex, and there are women that can wear them, and they do, so it's really cool.
Yeah,
but it's like this. It's an evening gown. It's like not for daylight. The red carpet type of stuff.
Yeah, it's amazing. Definitely. Definitely a gown for those special occasions, without a doubt. Yeah. Fab. Well, cheers for that, Fabian. Thank you. Well, we'll be back in a moment with the next section. Thank you.
You're listening to The Shiny Sofa, the official podcast from Latex 24/7, the premier online magazine dedicated to latex fashion news, reviews, and interviews.
Welcome back to Shiny Sofa, latex fashion podcast brought to you by Latex 24/7. Joining us again this episode is Tarza and Jane designer, Fabian. Welcome back.
Hi there. Nice to have me. Feel honored. Thanks a lot.
It's a pleasure. You've got a variety of skills and ventures to your name, including jewelry and product label. Salt's Cotlet, is that how you pronounce it?
Yes.
Butchered that.
Quite close.
Yeah. You also dealt with a conceptual furniture art project called Graf Siebert. You teach workshops at universities, as well as being involved with social media strategy. Why the move to latex fashion? What was it that made you think of making that transition?
I've always had a latex fetish, definitely. Just 2 days ago, I helped my mom moved to a new apartment, and I found some photo books.
Yeah.
And I found a little photo of me. I think I was like 2.5 years old, and these and I was wearing these I don't know what you call vinyl red kids outdoor work pants, basically. I was really laughing my head off. I was like, oh, it started real early. Yeah, I definitely had this fetish for a long time. Like probably started with watching or seeing Catwoman in the movies.
Yeah.
And hooked me, definitely. So yeah.
Fab. So what was your actual first experience with latex clothing? What was there particular point that you kind of discovered it, and a particular point that you thought, you know what, I fancy trying that. That's for me, guys.
Yeah, I think maybe you remember too that in beginning of the 90s, Marquee magazine
Yeah,
popped up.
yeah,
And totally fascinated me. And so Marquee magazine just sparked it, and then me and my back then girlfriend bought some cheap dipped latex clothing from a sex shop, and we also
yeah,
bought something from, I think, Libidex.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
they're existing quite long already.
yeah, definitely.
Some tights for her. So yeah, and then I had a very, very long relationship with another girl that thought that I was a little weird in that respect. She played along just a little. It was quite nice of her. And then I was like in the middle of managing some self-invented designer festivals, like with subsidies from the province and the state, and it grew over 3 years into sort of an event series of almost 120 events in 1 month. And
Wow.
I had a little team with employees, and ended in a burnout and me really questioning if I'm the right person to be like a project leader. And because I love to work with colleagues, but I'm not a good boss, I think. So then the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
And the German government, I was lucky because I worked as an artist, as a freelance artist as well. So
Okay. Yeah.
I was quite lucky to um, be eligible sort of for some artist subsidies during the pandemic.
Fab. Okay. Yep.
So it was quite good. And so I could really work on my burnout hands-on. You know, I watched tons of YouTube videos and did a little internship at another little latex company here in Aachen. I called them, said, "Hi, I'm Fabian. I saw you on Instagram. Can I stop by? Let's have a piece of cake and some coffee." And they invited me to do like, I don't know, half a day a week internship in their place.
Awesome.
It was really awesome. MLF, making latex fashion. So it was really nice of them. And then I discovered, that I want to make latex fashion because it's I always thought there was something missing in the market, like this gap between really kinky latex, but and on the other side the latex as a very cool garment for normal clothing. So
completely good.
That has the potential for normal clothing, and not too many people giving it a try in that direction, like on the designer side, or the fashion side. So the pandemic really helped. I had the time to watch tons of, I don't know, Asian garment making videos, which I didn't understand a word, but watched them intensely and searched the internet for techniques, handcraft techniques and stuff, how to work with latex. And when the pandemic started, I just found a new girlfriend, a young fashion designer.
Okay.
And she was really happy to wear my first thingies, my tops and skirts and stuff that I made for her.
Brill.
And she also supported me the concepts and gave me some input on like what she would like to wear and what I should make. So that was really a good push because
definitely, yeah. I
usually
can see how that could be really, really helpful, having somebody on board that is able to see it from the other side, really, isn't it? And as you say, give you advice and thoughts and ideas as to what you might want to produce. Yeah, fab.
And that really, sort of pushed it towards doing it. You know, there's always this big difference between having an idea and really doing it. And
definitely, yeah,
that helped, and it also helped me because it's great fun working with latex still. And
fab. It's great that you were able to spend that time during the pandemic when so many people were struggling and finding things difficult. But but it's great that you were able to use that time to produce something and learn a new skill. And
I definitely wasn't bored, so it was really good.
So that newfound skill that you'd learned from YouTube videos and I imagine probably quite a lot of trial and error, and you decided that you'd take that into being a brand, which is called Tarza and Jane. Where does that name come from, Fabian? Is that got
when I was a little kid, like grammar school, we had an orphanage in the same part of the city, and half my classmates were from that orphanage, and they had this during the summer. They usually had these outdoor movie theater, film theater evenings where they showed films, and they always showed like, these black and white flicks, and also these Johnny Weissmuller, Tarzan and Jane films, and I loved them. But now that I grew older, so I discovered that it's very traditional roles of man and woman and displayed in these films. And I've always been a fan. So just by coincidence, I found out like just skipping the N puts it in a totally different light. These two names, then one of them is suddenly not a male name anymore, and
awesome.
It sort of opens it up.
Without a doubt. With Tarzan and Jane, you've tried to create a brand that blends latex with classic. Maybe as I think you described it previously, you described it as conservative cuts for everyday life, and you've chosen a very kind of classic color palette for most of your designs so far. Where did those inspirations come from? What was there a particular reason why you chose that approach? Did you think it was because there was this gap in the market that you could fill, or?
No, it was more self-centered decision where I thought I want to make clothes for myself that I couldn't find anywhere. So all my friends know me running around in these black turtleneck sweaters all the time.
Yep.
And I thought, I want to have that latex, and
fab.
Also from sort of from the design or consumer concept that to make it accessible to regular fashionistas that are not fetishists. It's probably I think it's always a question of how many steps of abstraction you burden on people. So to make cuts of everyday clothing and you add the latex, I think that's enough for most people. And also colors that are sort of that are sort of archetypes or stereotypes for certain types of clothing, like a coat. If I say coat, you probably your first color idea would be sand or beige from those
Yeah.
Burberry trench coats,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
when I say polo shirt, polo neck. Here, at least here in Germany, everybody thinks of a green Lacoste, Henri Lacoste.
Okay. Yes.
Those
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
ones with a crocodile
Crocodile.
logo
Yeah.
on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So stuff like that. So you really have these stereotypical color and cut combos, and or a Harrington jacket. They're usually blood red, black, beige, or navy blue.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't, for a start, I wouldn't. I decided I wouldn't make them in orange or something. So yeah, so that's how I attacked this. Yeah, and that there was another coincidence, like January a year ago, me and my ex-girlfriend got corona. We got the infection. Like, so in January we were locked in our apartment, and we could do these photo shoots, and the way that we thought would be quite cool, and like pairing latex, only one piece of latex with regular clothing, to show it like a key piece,
Yeah.
like a fashion key piece.
Yeah.
And more fun poses, like we were both not photo models, so we have actually no idea how to pose in front of a camera. So we just we goofed around and hit the button on the camera. So that's how that started. And then I saw this advertisement on one of those big web shop provider sites, and they said, yeah, your shop will be up and running in 16 minutes or something. And well, everything was running by mid-March then. So and then but it was really cool. So Corona was also really good because I really had the time and the nerve to dig into photoshopping photos, writing texts, translating them to English, trying to get a toggle button between English and German on the side and all that stuff, so it was really good. And a lot of glue infused happiness moments.
You've kind of mentioned about some of the garments and items that you produce within the Tarza Jane collection: jackets, trousers, skirts, tops, t-shirts, accessories as well. And you produce those in both male and female cuts. Obviously, partially because, as you said, you want to produce something that you can wear yourself. But how important do you think it is that a brand produces latex designs for both male and female?
I think it's quite cool because it's like you have an idea and you have like two channels or a unisex channel that you can push them into, and it's also important to do it. And sort of the last year has shown me that I was that I had this idea that women would be would buy more colorful things, and men would buy the more not so bright colors, more black and olive green, dark green, beige, and stuff like that. So, and that really happened. But you I think you always have to show a lot of colorful stuff, and then people buy the more,
Definitely.
I'm missing the word.
Monochrome colors is probably the way to describe.
Monochrome.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. So but to make cuts for all sexes, I think, or all orientations, is quite nice. because I believe that or when you walk down the street, there are so many women, especially, also men who don't have these perfect figures,
Yeah.
these perfect bodies, and I'm one of them with my little Nutella belly. So and so it's yeah, I had this great surprise moment. Like before the pandemic, I went to the GFB, sort of also as an outing towards myself. And a friend of mine, she asked me if we want to go, if I could join her going to the Berlin Music Video Awards ceremony. And we came back, took the subway back to our hotel and popped out of the subway and or the metro, whatever you call it. And there was this really, during the daytime, I tried this really great little kebab place right next to the entrance of this subway, of this tube exit. And we were walking up the stairs, and it was like, wow, this kebab place must be really famous. The whole street's crowded with people, standing in queue standing in line for kebab. And then I looked again, my eyes are getting worse over the years. And I looked again, and I was like, oh my God, everybody's wearing leather and latex and PVC. And I was like, okay. And then somebody yelled my name. It's really crazy. I always meet people somewhere in the weirdest places. And
it's a small world. It's
it's
a small world,
definitely. And then I didn't know. I hadn't realized that my hotel was like completely opposite the Kit Kat Club in Berlin.
Oh yeah, yes.
And they were all standing in line for the Kit Kat Club in a kebab place. So I ended up in this in the Kit Kat clubs. Standing in line was quite fun because I met these people that discovered me on the staircase.
Yeah.
Or the tube. They'd seen me and recognized me, and they were sort of oversized people, but they had these fabulous outfits from Maniac Latex, and it was just, the lady. It was just crazy good looking, tight mint colored dress with a few white stripes just in the right place, and it sort of excited me so much that gave me this kick to see that for all sorts of body types you can make really good fashion.
Definitely.
But that sort of got lost during the last years of fast fashion. You always have these standard sizes, cheaply produced. And there's no more couture. I don't know the English word. No more.
No. It's
It's like when you're a bit oversized or a bit too tall, you can only wear burkas almost.
Yeah.
Big potato sacks, you say here in Germany. So
that's
so
the great thing about latex fashion is that it can be worn by anybody and everybody. No matter what size you are, it can be designed and made to be extremely flattering and extremely sexy as well.
That's what I want to do. Like make these little key pieces for all sorts of body types, but especially in the non-fetish scene. Well, that's my future aim, let's say. But I'm not there. But
well, it seems like you made a good start with that, Fabian. So, yes, with what you got so far. What tips would you give to people that maybe haven't worn latex fashion before, or want to start incorporating it into everyday wear? What tips could you think of that would allow them to incorporate that into what they would wear normally?
They should definitely wear chlorinated latex, and because it's easy to put on, and a bit easier to maintain and wash and everything. You don't have to oil everything. You don't have
Yep.
to use too much talcum powder, so it's quite easy to handle. But I would also buy maybe clothes that are not too tight,
Yep. Yep.
because there's a big difference, I think, between really tight latex clothing, but where it's normally as a little fashion piece. I would definitely go for loose latex and wear it over cotton.
Yeah.
Um,
Makes perfect sense. Yeah.
but well, it's not breathable, definitely. But when you're like wearing as a girl, you're wearing an A-line skirt, for example, you just have the waistband that's on your body, and that's not much different from wearing just a belt on your jeans.
True. Yeah.
Talking about
Yeah.
breathability or something. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and just go for it, but invest some money. If you buy cheap, you buy twice.
Yeah.
Go look for a brand that you like and buy the right size, definitely, because then you'll have fun wearing it, because latex can also be quite tight and uncomfortable. So should fit well.
Fab. Yeah.
Nah.
Good tips. Good tips. Yeah. Start small and work from there. Really. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and ask friends who've worn it
Definitely.
before, because
Definitely.
and people are quite open. It's like when you talk about, when you're open about something like this, you'd be surprised how many people open up to you about, oh, well, I also have this little latex dress at home, or whatever, or these gloves or whatever. And yeah, there's quite an openness. Just do it.
Yeah. Definitely.
Just do
Definitely.
it. Nike, just do
Completely
it.
agree. Completely agree. Yeah. Definitely.
Um,
Just going back, well, you've already mentioned a couple of times where you've been able to present the Tarza and Jane designs. We covered an article with you back in November of 2022 when you were on the catwalk at Avant-Gardista in Munich. How did that happen, and how were you able to achieve that?
Also, through this friend of mine, she's Dutch, Belgian, and she'd been on the catwalk, I think, before the pandemic, for a few labels and a few years on at GFB and Avantgardista as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, she connected me with the organizers, and so I just thought, oh, I hate writing emails, I'll just call. So, and we had this, almost half-hour really nice conversation about life and death and everything in between. And then Christian of Avantgardistas said, like, why not, just participate. And it was, I don't know, it was really exciting.
Yeah.
I felt really young, but I also aged high speed. So it's really intense, like you go there and it's very you have these just wow, jaw-dropping costumes,
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
and these other brands that I've admired over years,
Yeah.
and suddenly you're sort of small startup part in the right in between all these people. It was like,
Yeah,
and
but I suppose
it
that's
was
what sets
crazy.
you apart. That's what sets you apart, isn't it? Is that you're not necessarily designing for the outlandish and those costumes. You're trying to design for the everyday, aren't you? So that's
But it was like a really good start showing these things in the fetish scene, and not the normal fashion market. That would have been a bigger step, I think. So I thought, yeah, maybe show the stuff in a scene where I don't have to explain material. Avanca Vista was really cool. They have this awesome party after the catwalk show, and the catwalk show is really well organized. They have this really professional catwalk. And when I walked in the day before, they had this complete hall full of equipment with these lifters and lighting and sound system, whatever. It was just crazy. And then all the models that I contacted through their website, they showed up, and we did a little fitting, and we tried to do a little catwalk show that wasn't too complicated for everyone, also for my brain. So it's like,
keep it simple. It's the best
keep
way.
it simple.
Yes. It's the best way.
And it was really cool that everything was on one building level.
Yeah.
So I could like run around with my clothes racks on wheels, dragging them behind me, because I'm still manufacturing everything by myself. So, but I'm also looking for help, by the way.
Well,
so
there you go.
But it's still small, so I don't have everything in all sorts of sizes and colors yet. So in the hour before the catwalk show, my little showroom booth was completely empty and ripped. So the whole showroom content was on the catwalk, basically. So later. It was quite nice. I also participated, and I walked with my models. Can you share that? No, that's quite.
Yeah, why not? Let's go for it.
It was quite exciting. It was great fun. Great fun.
And
right.
and we're going to be seeing you at German Fetish Ball, aren't we? In end of this month, is it? I believe. Yes, end of this month. Can you give us a sneak peek of what you've got planned for that, or?
Yeah. Well, it's a few more outfits than Avanca Dista, but I think half of them will be sort of similar.
Yeah.
But I think we have like not 7 or 8 models, but like we're going to be 10, 11, 12. So
wow. Okay.
I hope, and I hope everybody fits into their outfit, or we have to swap quickly. Since it's loose, that might be not too much of a problem time-wise. And and then there might be a surprise. A few hints from sort of a classic couture fashion show where you have this wedding dress thing at the end. So I'm gonna try and finish a little wedding outfit.
Wow,
for
sounds good.
Girl, that I met her last year in Munich at Avanca Vista, Glove Girl, and Hani, and she's gonna wear that. So
fab.
That's gonna be really exciting. I mean, cool.
Yeah, that sounds
You're
good.
looking forward.
That sounds good. Yeah. I look forward to seeing that one, definitely. Yes. Yeah. The question I like to ask all the guests on the podcast is if you could create a latex outfit for anyone in the world, who would it be and why?
Definitely for Vladimir Putin, because I want to see him look a bit irritated. She hasn't looked irritated in a long time.
Take him out of his comfort zone. Yeah.
Definitely. Like maybe what you call it, loose red sports outfit
Like a sort of tracksuit
with
type
a
of thing, yeah.
CCCP logo, but also a Tsarist crown on it. And the Kalashnikov logo on the back. Well, I don't know.
That would certainly be a sight to see, that one, yes.
Uh,
Yeah. Just sort of coming back to reasons that you work with latex, is is there something that you particularly enjoy working about with the material? Is it because it's unique? Is it because it's something that you can design with and do different things to maybe what you could do with traditional materials?
yeah, I think latex is just a great material because it's so comic-like. It's like from a
Yeah.
comic strip. It has like this gloss and this plasticity, and also this great sound when it moves.
Yeah.
And there are so many great latex designs out there, and also a few models or avatars that wear latex in this comic type of manner, and that really fascinates me. And it's I love the depth of the colors, the intensity, and to play with the stretch or with the way it falls or the way the sounds that it makes. So it's really I really like it. And also with these elements, you can work and try to use them for your fashion pieces. So like and maybe do a little irritation here and there, for the normal fashionista. Like, oh, okay, this is a latex piece, nice. Or to use to evoke these sort of reactions, and you can do that in many different ways, like combining tight and loose, using something transparent in a very traditional piece of garment, or using just the shine in a garment where you wouldn't expect it, stuff like that. Or
Fab.
Not even the shine, make piece matte, and
Well, fab.
Synthetic stuff, and it's so sustainable too.
It is. That's very true. Yeah, it is. It's one of the key elements of it, definitely, without a doubt.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you for your time, Fabian. It's been an absolute pleasure
Thank you.
to talk to you. Do you want to give everyone a quick reminder about where they can find you online on social media and so forth?
Well, there's a webpage. It's Tarza-Jane.com.
Yep.
Instagram, I think it's with the underscore.
Yes, sounds right. Yes. Yeah.
Between the words. And there's also a Facebook page which is just sort of a cross-posting thing for Instagram. I never really do much on Facebook. Yeah.
Fab.
And in person.
In person, yeah.
Meet in person.
In person at the German Fetish Ball in 2 weeks' time. So we'll look forward to seeing the results of that, Fabian, and seeing what you've got walking down the catwalk. That'll be fab, I'm sure. So thank you. We'll speak again soon, I'm sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Cheers. I'm afraid that's all we have time for in this episode of The Shining Sofa. Many thanks to our special guest, Fabian of Tarza Jane, for being with us today. We hope you found The Shining Sofa comfortable, and will join us again next time. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button wherever you listen to your podcast, and be sure to head over to latex247.co.uk for all latest latex fashion news and reviews.